Welcome back to another episode of Built for Legacy. I am your host, Suheyl Hernandez, and today I have the pleasure of sitting here with the broker of Phantom Real Estate, my husband, my best friend, and like I had told you guys, I was gonna bring him here so he can tell you a little bit about Phantom, how he came up with the name, and how we manage this brokerage as being not only husband and wife, but best friends and business partners. So,
Well, being husband and wife and best friends and all that sounds good. It's not easy to deal with you all week in the office and then see you at home, which is only 4 miles away and everything else, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Because at the end of the day, it's all worth it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not blowing smoke. I'm being honest.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah, I love you more. It's weird because when I don't come to the office and I stay home, I miss you. Then when I'm here, you get on my nerves, but it's part of life, and we've gotten this far because of that exactly. That we're a team, we're together, and everything has ups and downs. Nothing's perfect in life.
I know some people think it's perfect, but
If it's perfect, it's fake love. It's not real. If you don't fight once in a while.
what about when I make you sit in the yard?
Oh Christ. Yeah, it's not easy. It's you're a tough cookie to deal with. But like I said, I wouldn't change you. I wouldn't change you for anything. It has been already a long time. We met 22 years ago in
23.
23 years ago in Gold Coast Real Estate School, and we hit it off since then.
Yeah, no, the little girl was 19.
Well, I wasn't, but uh, we'll leave it at that. So what?
So, let me ask you, babe, how would you describe our relationship, not just as business partners, but as best friends?
Where do I start? I mean, like I said, we couldn't be where we are in anything. Family. Talking about best friends, we'll talk about family instead of work. We've raised three marvelous kids together. Actually, when we started, Suheyl had a daughter that was 2. I had a daughter that was 5. Michael didn't exist, and kids grew up like brothers and sisters and family, and we worked real hard. Same concept we do with the kids, we brought into Phantom to make it a family atmosphere for everybody to get along, for everybody to do things together, everybody help each other grow. So, like I said, we brought 2 kids that didn't know each other into this family. 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and today they are
They're sisters. They're
Well,
24
they're
and
sisters.
27.
Yeah, no blood relation at all, and they don't ever refer to themselves as stepsisters. And then Michael came along,
Yeah.
19-year-old, and helped the bond grow even more with everybody.
So, what do you think has been the biggest key for us working together as a successful couple?
Perseverance. Perseverance, because if once you fail, you stay down and you don't get back up, we would be on the ground still. So I would say perseverance, hard work, dedication, all that is great. But perseverance and discipline. Like I pick up a lot from my son because he's a fighter, and our son, and a lot of fighters will say it. Discipline beats talent all the time. So having discipline is getting up every day and fighting and not giving up. And some days you need to step back. Like I tell you, you got to step back and say, look, I'll take a break for a few hours, maybe for a day, and start over again. But it never passes a day.
So, how do we balance being husband and wife with being business partners?
It's hard. It's hard because when we get home, well, I gotta tell you, we get home, we keep talking about business, and the business problems always pop up and everything else, but you gotta find time to put that aside and concentrate on the family. And it's hard because running a business and operating a business that is literally open 7 days a week, I wouldn't say 24 hours, but our agents are out there working 7 days a week, and they call and they text and they email with a problem, and they're courteous about it, and they even ask, "Hey, is it okay if I call you?" But what are we going to say? No. They have a question with a contract. They're about to put a deal in. They wanted to get it accepted. So it's hard, and there is no perfect formula, and it's something that I talk to you about it all the time. That it's hard to work on, and we have to, because we're very, very, very dedicated to the business. Thank God the kids are older now. They all they each are off on their own or whatever it is. So then we have to make our family time and separate business and work as best as we can.
It's hard. It's hard because since they're older, they have their own plans and they work very hard, and they're either training or working or studying, and it's hard to get it together. So, well, soon we're gonna have a family vacation. We're gonna take all three kids are gonna go, and it's gonna be exciting. We haven't had one of those in a long time. In a long time. When they were small, we used to do it all the time. It's Disney.
When they were small, it was easier because you throw them in a car and drive them where you want to. Now they all have their significant others, and they have their own plans, which
their significant others are great as well. We are really blessed.
Yeah. Thank God they're all great, and we get along with all of them. Well, sometimes we take their sides over our own kids' sides because our kids are wrong sometimes.
Well,
not all the time, but
you have to be
sometimes.
honest, right? Whoever's right is right.
Yeah.
So, what's one thing you admire about the way that we support each other in business and in life?
That we've never given up, and we've always been there for each other, even though we don't agree. Because nobody agrees on everything. I don't agree with some of the things you do. You don't agree with some of the things I do. But no matter whether we agree or not, we're always backing each other up and supporting each other.
And I've told you guys this before. I wouldn't be sitting here if it wouldn't be for him. I was a young girl. I've worked very hard my entire life. Some of you have read my book and know that I started when I was 13 years old. I was selling Avon, knocking on doors. I sold discarded flowers outside of Cuban Cuban supermarkets, and I've always been a hard worker, but he's the one that pushed me. He's the one that has believed in me. And every time that I have felt that I couldn't do this or that I couldn't keep going, he's the one that has told me that I could, and has believed in me and has pushed me. And as a young girl, he's the one that gave me those wings and helped me fly, because I couldn't be who I am or have achieved half of the things that I have achieved if it wouldn't have been because of him.
Thank you, babe.
And I love you.
And I didn't give you wings. You were born with wings. you were born. You're a natural born leader, and you were born with wings. I just never held you back, and I was there to give you all the support that I can. And sometimes you're working late or whatever it is. If I have to go home and throw something in the barbecue, I will, because you work. And I admit it. You work more hours than me. You work hard. Yeah. So it's a little bit of an age gap there, sir. You're a little bit less tired.
Hey, it's not too much. But by the way, nobody believes that there's an age gap, because you look amazing. Oh. I hope when I'm your age, I can look as good as you look.
You want to be like me when you grow up?
Yeah, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of a little bit over a decade of age difference there. So yeah, I'm a little bit more. My feet hurt a little bit more in years doing the marathon. So if I have to back you up, and with whatever it is, and when the kids were small, yeah, we all took turns with them and did everything else together. So keyword is we've always been together and helped each other and supported each other with everything.
I could say one thing. I love him more today than the day that I met him.
It's becoming a romantic
it's
show.
not romantic, it's the truth.
Don't get emotional.
I want people to know the truth.
And I love you way more now than I did before too. Yeah, you were a spoiled kid, like 20 years old, and you were a pain to deal with. So in your maturity and
yeah, tell them how many times did I used to call you.
Oh Christ, 50 times a day she would call me. But no, I do. I can honestly say I love you more now than I did before. And there has been times, and well, yeah, I don't have to tell you, we've had ups and downs and everything else, but we finally figured it out. Keyword is, gentlemen, is tell them they're right and ignore them. Just get the remote control and turn up the volume on the TV and just nod at them while they're while they're bitching at us.
Are you ignoring me?
Yeah.
Tells me
I
yes.
don't want to fight, so I ignore you. What am I gonna do?
He points to a remote control and goes like this, like trying to turn me off, but I don't have an off button.
If I can make a remote control that will keep you guys quiet, I'll be a billionaire.
I'm sure there's a lot of gentlemen that will agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
So, a lot of people question Phantom Real Estate.
Mhm.
Why did you choose that name? Because it was all you. I've said the story before, but I had promised the audience that I would let you explain because.
Well, when we were going through the names, it was more of a difficult task than I thought it would be. When we were going through the names of naming the company, I bumped into an article about Rolls-Royce. One of the founders of Rolls-Royce was a young boy. I think he was 14 years old, delivering newspapers in England in the cold on his bicycle, and he found a beat up old steamer. I think it's one of those little Stanley steamer cars, whatever it is that run on steam, abandoned on the side of the road. So he got the car somehow and took it home and started working on the car every day for a long time. And he got the car running, he got the car built, and everybody was kind of questioning him and making fun of him. What are you doing with that beat up old car just by yourself? Whatever they were selling at the time. And he said, no, I'm gonna build this car or whatever it is. And then he became partners with somebody that had a little bit of money, and he believed in him. Keyword is you have to believe in what you're doing, and because something is not what you want it to be today, look what it ended up being. So he ended up building the car with the other gentleman who put some money into it, and they ended up creating the Rolls Royce. And my favorite car is the Rolls Royce Phantom, and it's a status symbol and everything else, and everybody wants to have one, and it's successful people end up with a Rolls Royce or with whatever it is, and that's all fine. But the whole purpose behind the whole thing was and here's my point, you could start with something that is nothing and create it into something great if you believe in it and you have perseverance and you don't give up. So hence the name Phantom Real Estate, and it's turned out pretty good. Everybody, people like the name, and it's turned out good.
Hey, we were scared. We were scared because, like I said, the name could be misinterpreted, and it was scary. It was a scary moment. So, what was our vision at the beginning, and how did it grow over time?
Well, our vision was to grow the company and to train people to succeed. And like you had mentioned before, we were under a franchise. It went great, and I learned a lot from the franchise and that we were under. But we wanted to go on our own and have our own, our own style and our own things or whatever it is. And well, we had 132 agents, I believe.
135.
135. Sorry, when we were under the franchise, and now we've grown to over 200. And the vision that we had to help people succeed and to give them the proper training and have them up to speed on what's going on in the market and how to market themselves and everything else has been tremendous, and it's growing every day.
What's your number goal? What's your goal? How many agents would you like to have under our company?
By when?
I don't know. Let's say in the next 3 to 5 years.
Oh, I'd like to have 1,000 agents.
You see it possible?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we started out with 0.
No, we started out with 1.
Well, we started out with 1.
She's still here.
She's still here with us. 11 years, almost 12 years later, she's still with us. So we started out with 1, and the first year, that's when you were running your own things, and I was doing the recruiting myself. I got 100 agents in here. 100 agents, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, unless you have a recruiting training team, and now we have all this AI and all this stuff, but when you're making phone calls from a printed list and highlighting people to call back, and there was no CRM or anything else in place, 100 agents under us was, I'd say, well over 1,000 phone calls, and 1,000 follow-ups, and 1,000 hang-ups, and 1,000s go blank off, and everything else that you gotta do.
I know you give me a lot of credit, and I know that you say that I work hard and that I might put in some more hours than you do sometimes. Um, but Phantom wouldn't be here if it would have not been because of those 100 people that you put in here in that first year. And I'm extremely proud of the work that you did, the dedication, and like I said, it was in the worst part of our lives, but we got through that as
There was
well.
a lot going on. Well, we go back to the whole teamwork thing. Like now, I take care of a lot of stuff. You know, things with the board, offers aren't being presented, commission compensation disputes, whatever the case may be. And but you're in charge of the training and checking everybody's contracts and bringing them up to speed on what's going on. So neither side is easy, but like I said, teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, well, what is it? Together we. Oh,
What's
I,
that?
oh my God, it left my mind. It's a hard one, right? It's hard to sit here with your significant other and
Yeah, I make you nervous still.
yeah, you make me nervous still 23 years later.
That's a good thing.
So let me ask you, babe, what were some of the biggest challenges we faced in those early days? And how did we push to get through them together?
I mean, one of the biggest challenges was getting agents in here because when you have all the overhead that we had, even though I mean the staff was nothing of what it is now, because now the staff is well over five. We have well over 5 people working in our staff plus ourselves, so it's a team of 7, more or less. The difficult part was recruiting and getting people in here and growing the office and showing them what to do to help them get out there and pushing them and open houses and cold calling and everything else. But little by little, we hung in there and did it.
This is like I said to you guys in an earlier episode, Phantom Real Estate is our baby. Like we're not gonna stop until we don't have those 1,000 agents. And plus, I mean, we're not gonna stop there. And hopefully soon there'll be other offices. We've been able to expand. We're part of the board and the MLS in the Florida Keys. We're also part of the board in the West Coast. We belong to Lee, Hendry, Collier. We're also part of the board of Orlando and Tampa, and we belong to Stellar as well. We also belong to Heartland, to their association and to their MLS, and and obviously to the Miami Association of Realtors, which is our main one. And we thank them also. They come out here and they give us their support and they bring teachings and they're all great associations, but we're proud to have taken that little step. Some people said it was crazy, because it is a lot of overhead and a lot of brokerages don't do it. But the reason why we did it is that we didn't want to limit our agents. And we have hustlers here. We have people that go from point A to point
We have agents, that work from the last key all the way up to Tampa. We actually have an agent.
More than one.
No, in Tampa?
Well, yeah, we have an agent there, but I'm saying we have more than one that goes.
Oh, more than one that works, yeah. And then we have a lot of agents that are working the Orlando area and everything else, so we have to give them MLS access to those boards if they choose to do so when they want to expand. We have to give it to them. It's a little bit of an overhead for us, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it sure is. So, what do you think that makes Phantom Real Estate different from other brokerages, since we have so many on the same block?
We're the best.
Well, babe.
Well, yeah, no. What separates us, I believe, and from what I hear, because I'm not everywhere at the same time, is the support that we give our agents. We don't turn off our phones. We don't turn off our services. We don't turn off the help that they need. And even though we say we're not going to, and I'll be honest, and my agents are watching this thing, they say, look what this guy says. And I tell her sometimes, it's Saturday, 8 o'clock at night, I'm like, don't answer the phone. She does. And if I'm feeling that way, or she's feeling that way, then I will. Because it's just in we're just in our DNA, in our hard drive or whatever. We can't leave something without being done. If we don't, when the contract comes in, it's closed out. When someone has something to be processed, it's processed. The agent's paid. We don't put nothing on the back burner. We don't leave it for tomorrow. So I think that's what makes a difference. And we're here. We are here every single day, tending to the office, tending to our agents, tending to the problems. We don't step away. Like you said, we're taking a vacation with the kids. We're going to the Bahamas for a few days. We haven't been which we needed. We haven't been on a 1 week or 2 week vacation or in Europe or nowhere else in ever. So
No, we haven't. When the kids were small, we were just dedicated to the kids besides the businesses. And then we didn't want to leave them. We didn't want to leave them for 2 weeks. And we'll be honest, they didn't behave too good. So we weren't gonna take them to Europe. They were, especially Mikey. Oh boy, Mikey was something else.
yeah.
But
Well, they all had their stages of behaving bad. Even Michelle, which is the oldest and the most common one.
yeah, remember New York?
She got an age where she was missing her teeth, and she would show them a smile and just behave bad and throw things on people and run away. And
Yeah, remember she threw milk at your mom in New York?
my mom was wearing a black suit of some kind of fur or something, and she threw, I think it was a milkshake on her or something.
Yeah, and then remember when she tried to with Uncle Hubbard when she tried to to take off his ear.
His hairpiece, yeah. She tried to pull off his hairpiece. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I still think Mikey topped the cake though.
Yeah. And Mikey was the most active.
I think he took the award.
Yeah, he couldn't stand still. Hence the fact that he's trying to be a professional fighter.
He will be a professional fighter.
Well,
He will. He'll get it there. So, the story behind the name, we shared that with everyone. We also shared some of our personal life, which we'll have another one. We'll tell you guys a little bit more. But I want you to tell me, what does Phantom Real Estate mean to you personally? Like, what do you feel for this space?
Well, I mean, like you said, it's our baby. It's not just something that we opened up. We've been working this. I mean, it was under another name, but we've been working this for 11 years. And then, like your book says, it's a legacy. It's something we're trying to build to leave to our kids and hopefully their kids' kids. So it's something we opened from the ground up. It's just not something that was acquired or bought the way it is or nothing like that. It goes back to the Rolls Royce that he found something that was in which, by the way, the office was in the same shape as the steamer that one of the Rolls Royce founders found. It was in a very bad shape.
You know what? You're more organized when it comes to all the pictures and stuff. Why don't you send me the pictures so they can see what the office looked like? Well,
we'll do a little before and after. A lot of work went into this office. This was actually about, I think, 7 businesses under one roof, and the landlord started leaving them just empty out or whatever it is because they didn't want to deal with the 7 tenants. So we took over the spot. It was 7 businesses under one. So a lot of work had to be done to create the space and make everything useful and get the most out of the workspace, which we did. It ended up working out pretty good. But
oh yeah, it did. So, looking back, would you choose the same name again, and why?
Yeah, I told you already why. Because it's just what it means. It's, if you believe in yourself, you could turn nothing into something great by believing in yourself and having perseverance and chasing your dream.
Well, babe, I want to thank you for sitting here with me today, for taking the time and creating this episode, because I know that there's a lot of couples out there that can benefit from this, and I know you feel the same way that I do. If we can help somebody achieve their dreams and their goals, we're here to help you.
Yeah.
And the same way we did it, you could do it too. So
yeah, believe in yourself and to pedal to the floor and go forward, never backwards.
that's true. So thank you again for watching another episode of Built for Legacy. Remember to hit subscribe and follow us, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.